Of the Scioto County Foundation, or Scioto County Chamber of Commerce. And then we also have a little bit later Kim Bauer. Kim is with the Scioto County Visitors and Convention Center, in which we're going to be talking about some of the things that Portsmouth and Scioto County and parts of southern Ohio are actively involved with. But first, we're going to be talking with Lisa Carver. As I said, Lisa is the executive director of the Scioto County Chamber of Commerce, Portsmouth Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Kimberly.
Good morning, Patrick. How are you?
It's great always being able to talk with you. I know there's a lot of things that are going in the Portsmouth area with the Chamber of Commerce. Let's sort of start and talk a little bit about some of the things that you're involved with and many of the chamber members.
Sure. I always like to talk about our chamber events. I always try to give an overview of some of our regulars, and we got a couple new things coming up. Of course, I always talk about our business after hours. We had a really good business after hours in June at the Bridgeport and Advanced 360, located at 2125 Royce Street in Portsmouth. Had a really good time, good turnout down there. Our business after hours in July will be hosted by WNXT radio station. They are located in the fourth floor of the Masonic Temple building. This one's going to be a little bit different for our members. We are to meet at the station, and then we will be bused to the Elk City Club for entertainment and a good evening, good food. And just like they, something a little bit different for our members, and just to kind of let everybody refresh everybody on what our business after hours is. It's just our monthly networking meeting, hosted by a different member, and obviously it's a good way for the member to spotlight their business and kind of familiarize everyone with what they're doing. So that those are wildly popular with our chamber members. Of course, we will be starting our Healthy Exchange back in September. This is held the third Wednesday of each month, and we spotlight a different specialty every month. This is hosted by Southern Ohio Medical Center here at the Scioto County Welcome Center in downtown Portsmouth. Like I say, we spotlight a different specialty each month, a different health topic. And and these are open to the public, I might add. And also, moving along, we have our monthly Hour of Power with our Action Business Coach, Dave Beam. These, again, are popular meetings with our members. This is a small group session. And Dave covers a lot of various business topics. Some of his topics have been dealing with problem solving, money worries, confrontational issues. This month's topic's actually going to be 10 ways to improve your business. And who wouldn't enjoy that? And next month, the topic will be falling in love with sales. And, most businesses have sales representatives or are engaged in some sort of sales, whether it's services or goods. So that will be, I think a pretty interesting one for our members. The Hour of Power, those are held on Wednesdays, generally later in the month, the third or fourth Wednesday. They are 8:30 to 9:30. They are free of charge, held at the Scioto County Welcome Center. Of course, the Welcome Center is located at 342 2nd Street in downtown Portsmouth. And, of course, that's where our offices are located. And, like I say, those are very, very good sessions, very informative.
Yeah, it really sounds like a lot of unique things are happening. Lisa, how long have you been with the Chamber of Commerce?
I've been here about 27 years. Not in this role. I've held the executive role for since 1998, I believe.
And You've been a lifelong resident of the the area. I know that you have lived in several different places surrounding the area, but you've had a lifetime of living in the Scioto County area, correct?
Well, I was actually raised in Akron, Ohio, until I was about 17. Then I came to the area, but I have family here, so I spent a lot of time here even before I moved here.
And so I guess my question is, what is it unique about the people, the businesses, that the world should know about the kinds of things the kinds of people we have?
Well, obviously, our people inside the county are one of our biggest assets. I think anywhere you go, you encounter all sorts of different people. The people inside a county are generally positive people. Here at the Scioto County Welcome Center, we have a little gift shop in the back. People who come into town to see the murals and things always stop in, and so we get to talk to a lot of them. And one of the comments we continually get is how friendly the town is. What a joy they've had while they've been here. Everybody they deal with is, very positive. And I think our community's done a great job of trying to keep that positive attitude. And like I say, thanks to our people.
Oh, that's very interesting. I know that, like all rural towns, Portsmouth and its surrounding cities, it's about 28,000 individuals, and we're not considered a village. We're considered metropolis, if you want to call it that, a small one. But you've seen some changes in the different services, different kinds of businesses in the last 40 years, haven't you? Or 30
obviously,
years for you.
yeah, and especially with technology changing things and changing the way people do business. We've seen a huge increase in businesses popping up in the historic Boneyfiddle area. Main Street Portsmouth has done a great job with historic preservation efforts. A lot of the old buildings are being rehabbed for businesses. For instance, on 2nd Street, we have everything from yogurt shops, antique shops, to professional offices, insurance agencies. We even have tech businesses. We have a STEM school in the downtown. Seeing a lot of changes, especially right in the downtown. And, of course, the Chamber of Commerce covers the entire county. We're not limited to the downtown. And, of course, we're all anxious to, we have the new bypass coming through town, or going around town, I should say. And, of course, we're all curious to see how that will pan out. But we all believe that new businesses will even spur up because of that.
And, I guess the point that telling the listening, viewing audience that regardless of the changes that we have seen in the kind of businesses and kind of services, it's a nice place to live. We have a lot of unique individuals that are there for the betterment. I know that the Chamber does its very best to keep all of its members involved. It tries to have all of its members be very active in the community support. And I know that the Portsmouth Chamber has done its very, very best to be positive, be one of those mechanisms that help to grow the community. And there seems to be a very good group of individuals that you associate with in the Chamber.
Oh, yes, and like you say, the Chamber's been in existence since 1920. But empowering our members obviously has always been our goal, and trying to be that positive force in the community. And obviously, our leadership is very dynamic. We have a very diverse board. We try to get our board to cover as many aspects of the business world that we can. And I think that, like I say, strengthens our chamber leadership in that way.
She and Kimberly Bauer come on the third Thursday of each month, in which they talk about some of the very positive kinds of things that are going on. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back.
Patrick.
Hey, welcome back. We're talking with Lisa Carver. Lisa Carver is the executive director of the Greater Portsmouth Area Chamber of Commerce. What's Kim Bauer? Kim is with the Visitor Center. How's she doing?
She's doing great. Are you ready to hear from Kim?
And is she available, or
She sure
is she
is.
out
She sure is.
gathering visitors?
We're going to switch off, okay?
Welcome, Kim. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
For our listening audience, Kim is, like Lisa, one of those individuals that is very proactive to not only the Portsmouth area, but Scioto County and the surrounding area. So what's on tap, Kim?
Well, it's we're smack in the middle of summer. As a matter of fact, I just come roaring in about a minute and a half ago. We have the Belle of Cincinnati docking as we speak. It's the Belle of Cincinnati is out of Newport, Kentucky, or Cincinnati. So they come up. This is the 7th year that they're coming to Portsmouth, and they do their summer cruise. So they're docking, and they will be doing a dinner cruise this evening from 7:30 to 9:30. And then tomorrow they will be doing a lunch, a sightseeing, and a dinner cruise again. And I think there might still be a few spots available for that. So if anybody is interested in cruising the Ohio River, you can call 1-800-261-8586 for details on tickets for dinner. And if you would prefer not to eat the dinner, even though it is very good, everything is prepared on ship. They have a huge galley. Or you can just ride along and enjoy some soft drinks or adult beverages. So there's also that option. So that number again is 800-261-8586. So they leave, the dinner cruise lasts for about 2 hours. They go east on the Ohio River down to almost New Boston, turn around, come back. They pass Portsmouth and go west to about where the marina area is, and they turn around, and then that's about the time that they're coming up the Carl Perkins Bridge, right at just a little bit past sunset. So it's a very enjoyable evening on the river.
Oh, very good, very good. And some things that you tend to work with also, or that you have mentioned in today and in previous, that you do a lot of different things with Shawnee State University. And Shawnee State University is one of those universities that has a variety of different educational programs for many of its students. I know that they are very progressive and proactive in also sharing about the community that people live in. And care to share additional kinds of things?
Basically, all I do with Shawnee State is give them some local information and some downtown walking maps that whenever the people come in for the parents come in with their college-bound students for orientation, and anytime that they come down and need any of our information for people coming in, I assist them in that part of it. So they have their area expertise, and I mainly go out of town to advertise our area. I do travel shows, and I do conferences with tour bus operators, and then the office places ads in the state visitor guides and then some other local community smaller visitor guides to promote our area and our events out of town.
And you know, I asked Lisa also. You're a lifelong resident of the Scioto County, the Portsmouth area, correct?
Yes, I grew up. I grew up in Wheelersburg. Yes, I still bleed orange and black. And then once I got married, I married a Notre Dame gentleman. So I've lived in Portsmouth for the last 35 years.
And you know, like all communities, just like I had mentioned to Lisa, we've seen changes in employment and services and businesses, but there's sort of a common uniqueness with the people that we have that support our area, and they all seem to be very optimistic. They seem to want to see our community thrive as much as everyone else's. Care to comment on that?
Well, there's a large group in every community. There's people that always thinks that it's the worst place on the planet.
Yeah.
And everybody, and we're the only ones that has any problems, any issues, and most of us ignore people like that. And I can always tell them, if you don't like it here, move. But there's a huge number of people that promote our area. We're very happy living here. As I say, we have good stuff. If you want to try to keep up with me for a week, you better put on a really good pair of tennis shoes and pack a lunch, because there's a lot going on. We promote the area. We promote our local eateries. The people that do a lot of the local ones. I just ate at a new one on Friday, which is called Fusion Grill, and it's a burger and sushi house. So you can go between Mexican meals to sushi and great hamburgers. And so I try to eat at all the local places that are new, so I can help promote them. But we have good activities. River Days is coming up. The Scioto County Fair is coming up. Scioto County Fair is coming up August 7th through the 12th. So you have basically you have bull riding and barrel racing. You have 2 nights of demolition derby, because we love to crash our cars at the fair around here. We have the Bellamy Brothers on Wednesday the 9th, and then on Friday the 11th we have Charlie Daniels Band. So what better way than to spend an evening at the Scioto County Fair? It's one of the best fairgrounds, if not the best in the state, and I've been through a lot. $10 will get you in, and that's free parking, and that's free entertainment and free rides, and some really good fair food.
Fair food is great.
Oh yes.
One of the things that I notice is that the fairgrounds, they continue to expand, and right now they're putting in another building, I believe.
Yes, they are. They're working diligently, because I drove by middle of last week. They were pouring concrete. So yes, they've got another steel building going in. And yes, I do agree with you. There's one of the most proactive fair boards in the state. It's all. I remember growing up, and I remember it being dirt walkways and then gravel, and now it's completely asphalt. It's clean, and I'm very proud of our Scioto County Fair.
Yeah, and I know that my family and I enjoy the various different activities with the fair, because there is a lot of things to see. One of the things that my wife and I also enjoy is going through some of the different pavilions where local businesses or area businesses show off their wares, show off their services.
And to give everyone a hint, whenever you go to county fairs or anything, but like you said, a lot of the local businesses, everybody gets your little return address labels in the mail from different companies and different fundraisers. Put some of those in your pocket, because it's a lot easier to peel one of those off and stick it on one of these things that you're going to put your name in the hat to win something. It's so much easier to peel the label off, stick it on there, throw your phone number down, wad it up, stick it in the so you can win anywhere. I know for a fact you can win All Seasons Heating and Air. They pull. You can win an air conditioner or heating unit anywhere from the ever popular. You have to get your yardstick. Everyone that ever goes to the county fair, no matter, and I still do it. And my parents have been gone for 12 years, but I still have to come home a yardstick.
I understand. I think we still have our wooden yardstick before the turn of the century when we went to
Yes, I have some 45 and 50-year-old ones, but everybody has to come out with a yardstick, so, and letter openers. But no, the county fair board does a great job putting on the county fair, and always every evening, usually at 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, there's some of the local high school bands. So not only has the football teams, they'll start practice in the next week or so. So the bands are already practicing because they have to be performance ready by the start of the county fair, and then right after that is then we come into August 31st is Portsmouth River Days, so that's over Labor Day weekend. That's always another good time. It's one of the largest parades in the state, so the bands have to be performance ready for that also.
Yeah, and I know that the school systems do their very best. You know, you had mentioned that you came from Wheelersburg. There's a certain pride that many individuals have, whether you're from Wheelersburg or from West or Portsmouth, or there's a pride, you know, not to the point where everyone gets angry if, but there's that sense of camaraderie. You know, this is my team.
Well, Jason Kester with the Port Authority says this is the only area that you might be like me, 61 years old, and anybody asks where you're from, you still say what year you graduated and what high school.
Yeah.
If you talk to anybody in Kentucky, the first thing they'll say, well, where are you from? Carter County. It's like, but for Ohio, and it's basically this area, it's where are you from? Wheelersburg, class of 74, and it's just, and Jason just looks at people, and it's like you're 60 years old, and you still say what year, not where you graduated college, or whatever. No, it's where you went to high school. So
that's right.
Yes, that pride runs very, very wide and very deep.
Yeah,
so,
I very much understand. And the nice thing is that the high schools also tend to work with the university, and the businesses tend to work with Shawnee State University on a variety of different educational programs. Education should be a lifelong process, and if you don't learn something new,
if you don't learn 2 or 3 things new every day, you're just treading water. I mean, I learn something a lot every day, either from some of the visitors that come in that teach you new things. It's like yesterday, I had been down the river to check on if I could find the mooring reins to tie the Bell of Cincinnati off instead of tying it to a tree and a fire hydrant. So I was coming down, went ahead and come down Front Street, come around, and was going past the new mural that Robert Dafford is still working on this summer. And there was 2 ladies standing there, and I started chatting with them. And the new mural is the one that has local athletes. Some had played for NFL for one season. A couple of them had been NBA basketball coaches. A couple of them had been a boxer, a drag racer. Well, there's one woman, and her name is Lida Matthews, and she went by Fifi, a very good amateur golfer. And this woman was standing there, you know, very, very pretty, very athletic build. And I'm sitting there, and they introduced themselves and introduced myself. And it come to find out, I had just met Fifi Matthews, and found out that the mural booklet that was getting ready to go to press, that I had all of the information on her completely wrong. So, but it was really neat that I learned something right then. I pulled up. Thank goodness I stopped and said, "Hi, ladies. How are you doing? Do you need anything?" Come to find out, I met one of the ladies that was on the wall, and literally come back to my office, picked up the phone, called the printer, said, "Stop the presses."
Huh.
So she will be sending me her correct biography so I can get the information correct. But like I said, you learn something new every day.
Oh yes, it's very true. You know, I always enjoy our discussion with both you, Kimberly, and with Lisa, Kim and Lisa, because you two really show the positive points. Coming to Scioto County, undertaking many of the different things that are going on, and I want to thank both Lisa and you for sharing some of your time and promoting an area that many individuals need to come and see.
Well, during the year, it's like anytime that if any of you go visiting somewhere and you see a little book there where you can sign in, And I'll be very honest. It's not like we want your personal information.
Right.
You don't have to leave me your email address. You really don't even have to, as long as you have your name or first initial, last name, the city and state from you're from, or even country. I mean, it helps me off the demographics so that I count every one of those. I read every comment, good and bad. But out of all the comments a year, we might get 2 or 3 negative ones.
Yeah.
But I do read them. But the thing is, it's like during a year, after a year, I can count those up, and we usually get about 42 different states and about 10 to 12 foreign countries. And I count those sometimes the same country twice, because if we have somebody coming in from Italy in February and then in October, that's not the same family.
That's
so I
right.
count that as two countries. And the sometimes, and when you get in a 10-day period, you have 3 different groups of people coming in from Germany.
You're right.
And so there's, like I said, there's a ton of good stuff here. People come stop in on the way to other places. We have a wonderful welcome center, so you can stop and relax for a little bit. We have great local restaurants very close to the murals in the area. But to me, it's a very easy job to promote this area, because we do have a lot of good people and a lot of good things to do.
I always enjoy our time. We could talk all day long, because there's a lot of things that are going on. Hey, we're talking with Kim Bauer. Kim is the Executive Director of the Tourism for the Scioto County Tourism Program. And then Lisa Carver, she's the Executive Director of the Greater Portsmouth Area Chamber of Commerce. I want to thank all of you. We will see you next week, or next month, for another exciting Portsmouth chat. So thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.